Hello, I'm live. If anyone happens to get this, we don't premiere these and we don't announce these. We just go live and see what happens. It'd be fun to do a drunk live stream one of these days, John.
Oh, I would love
A
that.
drunk
I would
one.
love a drunken live stream.
I'm trying to just fill in the time before people come in. We got one like here. That means we got someone here who has not said anything in the chat yet. We got 24 eyes on us. 24 eyes on us. What's up, OMG? Jordan, Green Boy, Jenna Randolph. Haven't heard from you in a long time. Get James, Jasmine, Papaya Pictures. What kind of films do you make there? So, Juan, if you guys don't know what dope, what's up, guys? Amy, Be Easy, John, where are you? Everyone misses you.
Trying to pull the chat up, and now
It's
everything's even
too late.
classic. It's a little different.
Oh gosh. Okay, so Caesar. This is all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna say people's names. We're not actually gonna talk about anything. So what we're gonna do? Hello, Carter. Brittany Lang. Hey, good to see you again.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you again. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna reveal the next dope trope. And in case you guys don't know what the dope trope is, that is basically tropes or repeated things that we see in movies that we're sick of, or that we just noticed they happen, you know. So that's what we're gonna start off with. Then we're gonna open up the forum here to whatever Q&As you guys have. So John, I noticed that you have added on to the special dope trope notepad that I have created, and I haven't read any of your dope tropes yet. I wanted you to just surprise me. So John, give us the fourth dope trope.
Okay. You ever notice how in action movies, action heroes are super amazing?
You ever notice that?
That thing where like an action hero stops a knife like just right before it hits their eye, and like every action hero is able to get it right at that one point, which is cool. But I'm like, it's so used now that all these guys can't be that good at that.
That is true. That's a good one. That's a good dope trope. That's a good dope trope, John.
I try to do it.
It's a good dope trope. You have learned wisely how to identify a dope trope.
Like one of those guys has got to get stabbed in the eye.
You like these live? Thank you for liking these live streams. So I found out that YouTube's doing some weird thing where they're not going to have us be verified anymore, and they're doing this to a lot of creators. Some people will still be verified. I don't know how to remain verified, but apparently it's going to affect the notification bell process, which is just great. Della, of course you can suggest that shirt. And Trav Dog, I have 5 shirts I fluctuate between, I'll have you know. It's more than just this one shirt. But guys, let's talk about some movie news. Catch us up. It's been a while since we've done a live stream, so help us out with something here. Greg has T-shirt.
Greg has one shirt.
Greg has one shirt. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna Bart Simpson this. This is gonna be my one outfit that I wear all the time for the rest of the year.
Oh hell yeah, we got somebody watching from Fiji.
Fiji. Hey, you guys control this live stream, so we just need to know, do we need something to talk about? Leaked footage of the Joker has been spreading around recently. Be careful.
Gotta react to it.
Gotta react to it. Screw it. Let's cover it, guys.
Let's burn that bridge with Warner Brothers.
Ruin it right away. Oh wait, we got Della who has submitted a dope trope here. The bad guy gets caught on purpose. Yes, that is common.
Good catch.
That is common. It's more of like a plot point nowadays. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Now it's always like, well, I feel like big blockbusters often like kind of start to notice what each other are doing, and then Bane, and then you got all these other dudes, the Joker even before that. Just everyone wants to get locked up.
Loki.
Yeah.
I did hear about Tom Welling. I was just on SJ News, and I learned about it while I was there, like during their live stream, that Tom Welling is set to reprise his Clark Kent role in the next crossover of the Arrowverse. I'm excited for this because it was Crisis on, I don't know which one it is. One of you guys will correct me. So yeah, I mean, I'm catching up on Arrow currently. I am halfway through season 7. I just finished episode 1 of I finally got to the Elseworlds, the crossover portion where in season 7 of Arrow occurs. Because I know Arrow's ending, and I want to be able to be fully caught up in it, and I want to be able to watch the final episode with the rest of the world. So Yeah, with Tom Welling returning. John, are you excited about this? I talked a lot about it today. Yeah.
I'm so excited for Tom Welling to be back, mostly because I've been wondering for years if he's still around. What is he doing? I mean, like, past the Fog remake, I've heard hide nor hair of Tom Welling, so I'm just glad he's alive. He's like every actor who plays Superman, I'm just glad when they come back to the screen at all.
Yeah.
You know, like Brandon Routh, I'm always like, oh, good for him.
I mean,
you
Brandon Routh is going to be in it. So is Tom Welling. In the Elseworlds, man, you know what? We got to go over some of these dope tropes people are submitting. I'm liking this. I'm noticing.
Yeah.
It's interesting doing live streams where you have to read and talk simultaneously. So with Tom Welling coming back, I remember that in the Elseworlds, in the episode I just watched, when they cut to... I just watched this last night, and then the story happened to premiere. They cut to the world, or whatever Earth Supergirl's on, Kara's on, and then they cut to the Kent farm, and they started playing the Smallville theme song. Somebody say, you know, the CW songs are good. What happened to a good CW or WB song? Dawson's Creek was monumental. Whatever.
Oh, man.
So yeah, when they cut to that, I got excited because I only watched up to season 5 of Smallville, and then I watched the last like 10 minutes of the whole show just because I heard all the gripes people were having with how they handled the Superman suit, and I just wanted to see what everyone was talking about. So yeah, I mean, I'm still excited though, and I hope he's rocking the suit. I hope he's rocking the suit. And yeah, Michael Rosenbaum. That would be. I hope they don't spoil that. I would be so. I literally got John. Feel that. Feel that. Classic nipple chill.
Yeah,
classic nipple chill.
You could open your phone with that.
The thought of Michael Rosenbaum returning as Lex Luthor. Have you seen any of Smallville?
Yes, I have actually. I've seen a few episodes.
So you know who Michael Rosenbaum is?
Yeah. He's Lex Luthor. He's great.
He's awesome.
He does a good job.
So if they had him return, but they don't reveal that to the media, and it's just a surprise when you watch it, that would be killer. I'd be more excited. I hate to admit it, I'm be a little bit. You know what? I'd love to admit it. I'd be more excited about that than I would be with Tom Welling returning. But I'd be more excited if Tom Welling returns in a Superman suit.
But how excited would you be if Kristen Cruick came back?
Oh man.
Lana Lang.
Yes, she's Asian. I like Asian girls and men. And I like Persian guys and Armenian girls.
And Serbians. What's up to our Serbian viewers?
Mexican,
somebody commented. A Serbian
transsexuals, whatever.
Yes.
This video is family friendly. So John,
family friendly.
We'll move on to another question in a second. But what? Give us
another dope trope. You want to get another dope trope?
Find one of the dope tropes.
Dude, Carter Lovejoy says, we know Carter, right?
Yeah.
Guy shoots in the air and lets the bad guy get away, kind of like Point Break. That sort of.
Oh, where they're mad.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that reminds me of another dope trope. I can't reveal, but it's linked. That's kind of like my other dope trope that I forgot to write down. Matt Beer! Dude!
First super chat of the day!
Thanks, Matt Beer. You're already a patron, and here you are. I hope you empty your bank account today just on these super chats and then ask for a refund, and I'll go, what do you think this is? Yeah, you can have a refund, sure. Okay, so did you? What's going on, John? Give us a question.
Adam Sandler has been getting a lot of buzz on his performance in Uncut Gems. Do you think he could secure an Oscar nomination for it?
I don't think the Academy likes Adam Sandler enough, and from what I hear about the Adam Sandler portrayal there, it's just a dramatic performance of what he kind of already does.
Yeah.
Which is just angry and yelling a lot.
It's like watching funny people and being like, he's being really real, but I have a sense he's being kind of real.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm kind of impressed, but also I think he just let it go.
I asked whether you guys are into Star Trek. That's how the tone reads. It's funny to me because of the way how sometimes when people comment. This is why tone is so important in communication. Because the way some people comment, I'm like, are they mad?
Oh, snap! Matt Beer again and Eric Horseman.
Oh, thanks, guys.
What's up?
Look at those. You guys are the best patrons right here. John, flip your hair. That's what they want to see. So, Star Trek. Are we fans of Star Trek? I've seen half of the movies.
I've seen
some of the show.
Yeah. And I've seen glimpses of the show and lots of things that very much ape and reference it.
We'll move on to the super chats in just a second, but I wanted to say that, Bill Hader better win for directing. I was just talking with Michael B, a person on our Patreon page, Omni Media. Check his channel out. He was just I was talking with him about no, it wasn't Michael B. It was Chris Mayu. That's another good channel. Chris Mayo. I was telling him how Barry season 2. There's an episode with a little girl. It's all I'm gonna say. There's only one episode on the whole show with a little girl.
One little girl.
And if Bill Hader does not win for directing that, I will be very upset because I don't know if Barry's one of my favorite shows of all time just yet. I can't make that statement yet. However, that is one of the best episodes of television I have ever seen. And if you guys watch Barry, you know exactly what episode I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, so what
Eric Horstman wants to know.
Thanks, Matt Beer, for being you, by the way. I'm sorry YouTube won't refund you the super chat money.
You can always try.
Hey, Tyler, good to hear from you,
buddy.
Tyler Haig. Okay.
Eric Horstman, did either of you ever watch Penny Dreadful, and are you going to watch the prequel? Do you know what the I'm talking about, lol?
Have you seen Penny Dreadful?
I've seen a few episodes over your shoulder when we used to live together. And I know a lot of people who love it, and I was honestly very surprised by the tone because it's a lot more pulpy and melodramatic than I expected.
Oh yeah, man. Of course it is. They're dealing with like Frankenstein.
I thought it was gonna be like very serious, very. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I get used to it.
It is, but it is kind of. It's got a heightened tone for sure. Yeah. Man, Eva Green is insanely great in that show. Like insanely great, and also Bond.
Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton, yeah. Timothy Dalton is incredible.
That dude is an underrated actor.
There's so many shows that have ended such a long time ago that I'm catching up. I'm only halfway through season 2 of Penny Dreadful.
I noticed you.
And I just finished. My girlfriend showed me Spartacus, and I watched the first season of that. It's fun because the first 3 episodes were like cheesy but really entertaining, and then the show just gets super gripping. Just like you don't want to stop it. It's so good. And people always talked about the amount of you're ready to get demonetized. The amount of sex on Game of Thrones.
Family friendly sex?
Yeah, family friendly sex. Where families are having sex with a child locked away.
Yeah. Far from ear or eye shots.
When they're kept in the car with air conditioning on.
And windows cracked.
Yeah, so the Spartacus, that show has so much like constant. There's like a whole orgy, like a full on. Like this is just
the whole episode.
Literally just like whoa, this is like a full on orgy right here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly in the sex, but they're Romans.
That's the thing about those shows. It's an easy way to go. We could be historical because this is what they really did. Yeah. Okay, like they threw up in public places and they all had a lot of sex.
Yeah. Tyler, it's so good to hear from you, buddy. Tyler Haig. We have a couple of friends moving in Wisconsin, and we are planning on visiting them because they are 2 of my closest friends. Hey, Matt Beer has seen Spartacus. It's good to hear. I'm going to start up the next one here. John, pull us another question. We got so many questions. I want everyone to know no one is intentionally ignored. We just kind of move at random here.
All right. Do we want a super question? We're behind on our supers.
Let's fluctuate. Okay, what do we got in the supers?
Do you know? David 3X wants to know. Thank you for your love. And do you know that Saved by the Bell is getting a reboot? I just heard this because of the Peacock, right? Was it NBC?
I'm not. What you call? Have you seen Saved by the? You've seen
most all of the originals, not the college years.
Do you know what the plot is
of the new show?
Yeah.
No.
Do you? I forget all the characters' names.
Oh,
but it just
AC Slater, Kelly Kapowski.
The way they're talking about this show, they sound like they want to deal with some like real life issues.
Hey, they did that once every 20 episodes.
But they're like with the plot setup of it, you know? Like Saved by the Bell does some pretty ridiculous stuff, you know?
Yeah,
there's like ridiculous things that happen and they're just so not realistic. But what they talked about, if anyone knows the plot, just,
Yeah, enlighten us.
Or put a link there so we can just read it.
They should just borrow from the actors' real lives, you know? Because like the guy who played Screech, like he's had all kinds of like, public problems and stuff, and he could like learn through it on national TV.
Yeah. We got tickets to go watch Ad Astra later tonight. We're gonna aim to catch Last Blood. Really quick, let me just throw it out there. What would you rather have a review of? Because we're it's kind of a crazy, because the friends are going out of town, so we're trying to spend time there because they're two of our best friends. And so it's kind of a crazy weekend. We don't know if we'd have time to get a review up. But if we had to choose between an Ad Astra review or a Last Blood review, which ones would you guys prefer? A poll would be easier.
Cats.
But I'll just see what you guys are saying here right now.
I would love to review Cats, but we can't right now. Hey.
Are we more excited for The Mandalorian or Watchmen? Ooh, Mandalorian. Watchmen, I'm just so like... It looks really good, but I just don't know.
I hope this is good.
It's definitely gonna be more edgy and more compelling in that department, but at the same time, Mandalorian. It's just bottom line. I've seen 3 trailers for Watchmen, 1 trailer for The Mandalorian, and easily the Mandalorian trailer is the one that made me go, "Oh, this looks so awesome."
Well, and I think there's a difference between having one show that is being built upon this like very revered bedrock, whereas like The Mandalorian basically just has to do right by the concept of Boba Fett and like you're good,
Yeah.
you know, and be a good show. But anyway, let's move it on down. Ooh. Since It director is directing Flash, how about Bill Hader or Bill Skarsgård for Reverse Flash? What do you think, G?
The Bill Hader or Bill Skarsgård for Reverse Flash?
Yeah.
I would say Bill Hader. I don't know, Bill Skarsgård playing another bad. It would be good for Bill Skarsgård to. It might be a good.
Barry Allen.
Yeah.
He doesn't look that much like Pennywise in real life.
If you guys did like with I think it would be a good transitional role for Bill Skarsgård, reunited with the director of with Andy Muschietti, the director of It, and then also playing another villain, but this time you get to see his face. You know? I think that would actually be a good transitional role for him. You know, I think sometimes actors make the mistake of trying to swing into another role when really, especially if you break out in movies, it's best to like make transitional steps with your films. And I feel like that actually would be I'd be more excited about Bill Hader, honestly, but I think it would be better opportunity perhaps for Bill Skarsgård, because at the moment he is just, you know, Pennywise and the brother of all the other Skarsgårds.
Yeah. One of many to mix up.
What's Jasmine's question? Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you so much.
Shemi wants to know, did you guys hear about YouTube's so-called update? It's called Destroying Hopes and Dreams. All I know is they got rid of stuff that makes content creative.
Creative and sounds
worse as you read.
No.
Does this have to do with the whole verification thing?
I mean, yeah, and I know the verification thing has led to a lot of issues.
And different like channel guidelines about like what constitutes you to be a full-on YouTube partner or whatever.
Yeah. Oh god, I'll look it up.
I'm just hearing that these things are changing today.
I know the most common thing out of all the YouTube problems that always present itself is that we usually bring up the yellow dollar bill signs, because that just never makes sense to me.
Nope.
For the most part, it doesn't. The concept doesn't, but like the way they decide to go about it, that's what bothers me, right? The funny, since I haven't heard of it, I'm going to tell you like why you might. We'll see if we end up talking about this more. But thanks for informing us, Jasmine. I noticed that in YouTube circles, and I'm sure like it's like this with a lot of professions. Is that when you're around other YouTubers, most people kind of just complain about what's wrong with YouTube, right? That seems to be the main topic of conversation. And I noticed this channel continues to grow and stays better if my mind or like our dynamic is just not primarily focused on the issues. Yeah. So we like we'll open up about when like a yellow dollar bill sign especially pisses us off. Like when Lady and the Tramp got it, it was like, what the hell was this? It's Lady and the Tramp.
This is not friendly. Like what gives?
But yeah, all these other issues that are here, because it's like a lot of times these issues that YouTube creates, there's usually ways to work around them, and sometimes it takes a lot of figuring out. But there are people that made it happen. I mean, a YouTuber that if you guys haven't seen his channel, he's at 3 million subs now. There's a YouTuber that we met in Mexico called Dead Meat James, and he blew up in the middle of Adpocalypse, like right when Adpocalypse began, started a brand new channel.
And shot to 1 million in like a year.
Yeah, shot to 1 million a year when everyone was like, you can't make money on YouTube, you can't do well on YouTube, you can't do this on YouTube. And when I was talking with him in Mexico, he didn't know about most of what I was talking with him about.
It was hilarious. It was a hilarious conversation to be a part of.
And I'm like, yeah, I was like, oh, and it really hit me when I was talking with him of, wow, I remember when we started up, when this channel began, I didn't really know much about YouTube, honestly. Like, didn't really watch that many channels. I didn't really know much. I didn't follow a channel. Like, I would watch Jeremy John's a little more consistent than everyone else, but I didn't really follow a channel. So we just did our own thing, and then it blew up, and I was like, cool. And then the more you get involved, you start learning all these weird protocols that keep shifting. Yeah. But I noticed that the less it's like you got to be aware of it to work around it.
Well, yeah, and it's like, the further you get into anything, just the more details you become aware of. And the thing I have, as I am learning what the art of business is like, one thing I've tried to hold on to is the zen that no matter which field you're in or what you're doing, there will be challenges you don't have direct control over that you have to get creative to subvert.
Exactly.
And so I try, when YouTube does something weird, I try to be like, it's okay.
Yeah.
This happens to every business.
It's like, we get annoyed at first, and then
because you have to, because you got to let that out, because it's it's a wrecking ball in the middle of your day.
Yes, Blind Wave and the Normies are wonderful, wonderful reaction channels.
Lene shouts out. She says, "Burn it down." Seth Rollins
damn! Burn
killing
it down.
Pennywise.
Yeah,
that's the matchup we need. All right.
I love that shirt. I really do love that shirt. Yeah, man, I could talk. I mean, we love. There's a lot of YouTubers that we watch. There's so many YouTubers that we actually watch. Definitely more than ever in my entire life. But while John looks for the next question, with Dead Meat, I did want to mention that Dead Meat was a big inspiration, because you got to think. There's so much you got to be aware of what makes his story so fascinating to a lot of YouTubers.
White.
He's white. A white man made it in America. No, it's not that. It's like, the adpocalypse occurred, sure. But then what were all the restrictions that came with it? So many more people, and of course we deal with it because we do reactions, of the copyright claims, the content claims. And then also the yellow dollar bill signs, which is primarily because of violence or sexual stuff included in the video. And he is doing a segment called Kill Count, which is filled with so much of the movies.
Boiling movies down to their most violent points.
Yeah. And sometimes there's sexual stuff involved around it, of course. And he's doing all the things that people are complaining about, and he managed to kill it. He's recently engaged. To me, that's inspiring. So it's good to be reminded of, there are people who have managed to find. It's like I don't know how much of the behind the scenes stuff he reveals, but of course he has some of the issues that we deal with, but he has learned to work around them basically. And to me, I haven't talked to him in such a long time, but my time spent, the limited time we have with him in Mexico has greatly impacted me a lot. So yeah. This live stream is mainly about Dead Meat James. If you guys haven't seen Dead Meat James, go watch his channel.
Listen to their podcast.
Yeah.
Brittany Lang, thank you so much for the love. That is a very kind.
What'd she say?
She said we're on her list of top 5 YouTubers.
Are awesome, and you're on my top 5 list of YouTubers I want to meet on day 19. One day. Do you have any advice to someone who is nervous and starting their own channel? I want to start one, but I'm super scared to. Don't do it. No one can make it. Don't listen to this whole thing about Dead Meat James.
Yeah. I mean, this is a perfect segue.
Actually,
this is a tail slate to that question.
I wish I saved the Dead Meat James talk for this question, because that would be a perfect answer for you. I guess the best thing you got to do is, and this can be hard because in the beginning of building a channel, you really want to read as many comments as possible and reply to as many people as possible. At the same time, you got to remember that you don't want to try to, it's like doing content that is similar, like we do reactions, and Tyro Magnus covers the similar kind of video. Everyone covers in this reaction field similar kind of videos, sure. But you got to also maintain what makes you unique, and don't try to emulate other people's personalities. That's why I don't like to do this. Bye! I hate that.
Yeah, and I think, part of the fun of starting out your own channel and part of the process of finding your own voice anyway is trying things out and entertaining your fantasies of the kinds of things you would want to create, or the things that you're not seeing that you would like. And so I would say, embrace that, and, mess around and try stuff, you know.
What I would also,
While there
you know
aren't
what?
monies to worry about.
I don't really have anything to add on to that. I think saying too much at once can be bombarding. Hey, cats, stop arguing.
Stop that!
Todd and Copper are fighting with
James
each-
Cormier, how do you think Nolan... Thank you, first of all. And how do you think Nolan's new film, Tenet, will do? There's rumors it's a sequel to Inception.
Ooh, if he did like a Shyamalan thing with that, good question, James.
Backdoor sequel?
Yeah, if he did like a
very last
backdoor
5
sequel,
minutes,
that
show
would
the
be
top or something.
Oh, that would be so cool. That would be the way I get excited for an Inception sequel.
Yeah, I would lose my shit.
Yeah.
If he could pull some crazy surprise like that off,
Yeah.
like I would. And he seems like somebody who could.
I haven't heard that rumor.
I haven't either. This is the first I've heard of that.
That would be neat, though.
All I've heard about Tenet is some kind of action movie, right?
Yeah, I hear like spy thriller, and from people who saw I haven't seen the trailer, but from people who saw the trailer, they said that it has a little bit of tone that seems reminiscent of something like Inception. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
You might call that Christopher Nolan's style.
Yeah. Oh, really quick, back, Brittany, what I wanted to also say, like, the reason I brought up comments is because a lot of times, you know, there are people like Dead Meat James who still read every single comment. My brother, Jabby Koei, reads, like, every comment. And then you got to be a little bit careful, though, too. Sometimes when you get addicted to comments, you try to morph yourself to only satisfy. So there has to be a balance where you just feel like, it's like there are some days I feel like I'm just super goofy. Right now, I don't know, I'm just a little bit more direct and straightforward, and you just gotta be willing to be comfortable and be yourself. Be yourself.
Comfy.
Hey, someone's talking to you directly about John Double Toast will be doing a live show in LA. You going to it?
I just heard about this today, and if the time is free, I will most certainly try and be there, because that is probably my longest running, like, internet show that I've followed, because I found them as Spill.com back in high school, and I've just kind of kept up ever since, so I would love a chance to go see them live.
I saw
again.
Alexander Robertson, our friend. I don't know if he's on it, but he definitely went to the studio and took a photo there.
Yeah.
So
maybe got to jump in the
maybe not.
fan
Maybe
chair.
yeah. Maybe not.
We got to go visit Austin and then go crash their studio.
Great thumbnails.
Oh,
Thanks.
You mean for the live streams or the regular ones?
I would love to, because I chat with whenever Sammy from Double Toasted is out here, he always hits me up and comes on the channel. So it would be cool to visit Texas one day and be able to try going Double Toasted. We did verse them in their first Schmodown match. One question. We always get down to one question in that match. That's why we haven't been there in forever. Dr. Penny 233. We had people get back to us that the Jurassic World short film. They got theirs blocked. So I tested ours out. Yeah, it got blocked. But no, we can't because it's blocked worldwide. I think Tyrone did one of those sync ups, but I've already watched it. And there's audio in the background. I can't get rid of it. So unfortunately, not.
Oh snap! Did y'all see 3 from Hell? Didn't y'all name your channel after the Devil's Rejects?
Unfortunately, I couldn't go. But John, tell them your opinion.
I'm chewing on this movie, and what I'll say is this at the moment. I think it's a sequel to The Devil's Rejects. I don't necessarily think it's the sequel to The Devil's Rejects. So if you are married to the arc of those first 2 films, which is beautiful in its own way, I would say you don't necessarily have to see 3 from Hell. I do think it has some really great acting, some really great camera work, some really great aura and tone. All the things that Rob Zombie is truly great at. All the visual stuff is awesome. There are parts of the movie I like a lot, and there are complaints that I just understand. I'm like, it doesn't feel quite essential, and it does kind of feel like a hangout movie in a way. So in my Rob Zombie fanatic opinion, it's all right. It's
really?
Arguably not. It's not like a definitive, like, oh shit, this is the follow-up. Like, it's just a way it could have gone to me, not like, this is putting a stamp on top of it,
Oh man.
So I don't know, but I'd be curious to hear some other opinions.
Do we Joe Rogan podcast? Yeah, I listened to a good. I saw Joe Rogan live recently. My girlfriend never been to the Comedy Store in L.A. where Joe Rogan often performs. Went there recently. I was just about to mention you, Epic Voice Guy, because someone asked who our favorite voice actors are, and I was going to say only Epic Voice Guy. So and Kevin Conroy, so, Mark Hamill too. You know, anyone from Batman the Animator.
Yeah.
So Joe Rogan, I saw him perform live at the Comedy Store. Him and Christy Elliott back to back. Those two back to back. It's a hell of a comedy show right there, man. Face Off remake.
Who would you cast?
Gosh.
No, you just remake it with Travolta and Nick Cage. Just do that.
Castor Troy survived.
That would be so awesome, though, because of where they're at in their
Oh,
careers
actually,
right now.
that is the best idea I have heard.
Just do it.
Oh, that is the best idea I have heard for it.
Because you can't possibly recast that movie.
Face On, I love that.
And
show.
they're so great, but like, and John Travolta just did The Fanatic, which I'm dying to see now. Like,
yeah, The Fanatic is one of those movies.
thank you, Jimmy Freckles.
I listened to all of Chris Stuckman's Hilarity. God, I can't say that. Hilarity. Hilariocracy? Hilariocracy, whatever. Yeah, you guys don't talk about it. I watch Chris. I listened to his whole review. It's like, of course, it's a giant spoiler-filled review, and it's still one of those where you're like, well, now I still just want to watch it. Like, it's one of those kind of movies where you're like, I don't care about the spoilers. I just kind of want to watch it now. So yeah, I think John Travolta would be perfect. Nick Cage. Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't think you should remake Face Off. Yeah, do it with women. Women.
I feel like that's the laziest way to approach integration in Hollywood.
I feel like if you did some kind of... Now, I know people will hate this. I know people will hate this. But remember 21 Jump Street when that was announced? And people were like, why would you do that? That won't work. You know, people thought that wouldn't work. And then they made it self-aware. They made it meta. And they made it a comedy. And I feel like if you did that with Face Off, it could potentially work. If you still made it like a cool action comedy. And you made fun of like... Because you haven't seen it yet, right?
I've seen glimpses on TNT over the years, but I've never had just a viewing. Like a proper viewing. I know things about Castor Troy and the other guy. I know how crazy those things are.
But yeah, I think if you did like some type of self-aware thing, you know...
Well, I feel like that's something, if whatever you're adapting or following up has some element of cheesiness or humorousness about it, I feel like, yeah, you can redirect it and come back to it and go, okay, we get it, and we're going to actually be humorous. Because, like, if you look back at 21 Jump Street episodes, I bet they're kind of aged now, and I bet that is part of how they thought, okay, this will morph really well into a comedy.
It's kind of like a sci-fi idea of, like, freaky... It's like a sci-fi action idea of, like, a Freaky Friday. That's what Face Off is.
Okay.
But then again, I feel like if you did Face Off as a comedy, it would just be a Freaky Friday kind of movie. So never mind.
You got it.
Completely can that idea.
Just cast those two guys in Freaky Friday and remake that.
Ooh, Jimmy Freckles, thanks, buddy. Dark Crystal thoughts. I'm planning on starting that up because we have Eric Horseman, who was just in this chat. Highly recommends it. I've heard a lot of people say that you don't need to have watched the movie, and some people have actually said it's probably better if you don't watch the movie. I wonder why they say that. I haven't seen. Have you seen the movie? I haven't seen the movie yet.
No, I'm just familiar with it over the. That was a corner. I didn't get much Henson growing up. So I got like Sesame Street and stuff like that, and like a few Muppets.
I got a lot of Manson.
Oh yeah, Richard Kuklinski. All right,
that's what I got. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I think the movie's a tad day. Carter Lovejoy hopes for Rise of Skywalker. I hope that Rey's parents are awesome.
I hope that Rey's parents are Luke and Leia.
That would be great.
That would just like blow everyone's mind because like.
Oh yeah, we're ignoring Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. That's gonna be the new thing because they just announced too that they're thinking of doing another Texas Chainsaw that's a sequel to the first one, which they've already done. Twice. So it's gonna be the third direct sequel to number one. But yeah, so they'll just start cherry picking which sequel. This Saw is only a sequel to Saw 5, but hopes for Rise of Skywalker. I don't know. It's just that it's good.
Maybe it's their parents were Han and Leia, and that's what Kylo meant by your parents were nobodies.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe her parents were stormtroopers.
Who were my parents? They were dicks. I'll tell you that much.
Assholes.
Bunch of assholes. I fucking hate them.
Uncle's asshole too.
I killed your dad. My hopes for it. Weirdly, my hopes for it is to not have too much hope, because I have zero. I did watch Red Letter Media's Rise of Skywalker predictions. They had this great idea on like this whole theory about time travel, where it sounded so funny. We were like, they might actually do that. I think they're onto something.
Yeah. Well, they're so sharp in their scathing satire.
I try not to get my hopes too. I just want to sit back and enjoy it, because being in this like movie circle community, like The Last Jedi was the movie where you're like, can we please stop talking about this movie?
Guys,
please stop talking.
Friendships are ending over this.
Yeah.
This is way out of control.
Yeah.
It's like at this point I just want to feel all right walking into the theater, because after Last Jedi it started to become a thing where I'm like, I don't want to hear about Star Wars. This is not fun anymore. So yeah, mostly I just want to have like some kind of, I'm happy to be seeing Star Wars.
Because I am excited for the movie.
Yeah.
I'm just also.
It's a big deal, but now it's a little more of a nerve-wracking big deal.
Yeah, it's really just the fan backlash. I know not everyone is this like hyper reactive, but that voice that is very strong will be felt. Mm-hmm. And I feel like any movie with fandom lends itself to that. And I feel like Star Wars is a particularly hard fan base to really keep happy. So you know what my hope is? My hope is that I don't see a Rotten Tomato score for at least 1 week after watching the movie. That's my hope for it.
That would be a nice
I just want to watch it, not hear an audience score, and just enjoy. Just enjoy them. Literally, it's supposed to be. The thing is, we know we're getting more Star Wars. Maybe not this. Maybe not a direct sequel to Episode 9. We're not getting Episode 10. However, we know we're going to get more Star Wars. So it would be different if it was like, no, this is the last thing. We might not get another Star Wars live action thing for like 30 more years. It would be a different story then.
You know what I truly want, is as difficult as this process of finishing the Skywalker saga has been, I do realize, at least in this moment, that this will be, as they say, the finish of the Skywalker saga. And so all I really hope is that they can bring it to some kind of finish that feels finite and that also feels within, the spirit of the stories.
Yes.
I want it I don't know, that's really vague. I want it to end well, but I don't know. There's so much to consider, and there's so many voices pulling these movies. Yeah. And Star Wars is not as solid a machine as Marvel, so I just hope that they have like a solid foundation and can just stick their landing, even if it's not incredible.
True. Jimmy says, thanks Jimmy again, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I kind of feel like we're going to let Star Wars finish the way we want to, or we're going to fight till the end and not enjoy it.
We'll see.
Both. It's going to be both. Because you're not going to please everybody. That's the thing.
I don't know. I'm very. I think that's why it's easier to get excited about the Mandalorian, because it could fail and it'll be all right. They won't be all right, but like I think fandom would not be as strong if that wasn't as good, because it's just one of those.
John Bailey, I have a request. You left a comment about Face Off 2. It's a catchphrase. It's like a movie. You gotta epic voice that somewhere.
Yes.
On the next Honest trailer, if you can, but just anywhere.
Right.
The whole world's faces. See, I can't do it. The whole world's faces are missing. I love this idea.
I'm seeing some comments of when the question came in of hopes for Rise of Skywalker. It's never lose your nerd says that it doesn't suck.
I feel like that's what everyone's thinking.
That is the best hope you can have for it. Who here has been in this live stream since the very beginning of the live stream?
Yeah, who's an OG fan of the live stream?
Who's been? Hey, babies in the chat. Babies in the chat. Babies in the chat. BVS or Star Wars more divided? I would say Last Jedi. Oh, Last Jedi specifically. I would say Last Jedi.
Last Jedi was more divided, yeah, because I think more people loved it too.
What you see, because BVS was a film that came out with a lot of hate, and then there was a rise of Defenders. That's a different story.
That's a good title.
Rise of Defenders. Speaking of which, did you guys hear that the Netflix shows of Marvel might be going to FX? Oh my god.
That's like
that
the
exciting.
first good news of all this Disney Fox stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'll talk more about that in a second. But yeah, I would definitely say Last Jedi was more divisive. Because that seemed to be a fucking battle for is it good or not, you know?
Yeah.
And why is it okay to make it like this, and why is it not? And whereas BVS was like, no, it's just, you know, whatever. We don't have to go. I don't want to resurrect this conversation.
Yeah. we've said more than could be said. Carter Lovejoy.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much. Do you think they'll do a Harry Potter Cursed Child film and get Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint, and most of the original gangster Harry Potter cast back? I don't want them to.
They'll
do it.
Some people haven't heard about this Marvel Netflix thing. Let's answer Carter's question. I'll tell you all about it. Yes. Yeah, damn, that's a lot of posters. I know, right? There used to be way more at the other place. Yeah. So that's the play, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they debuted in London, and everyone freaked out because Hermione was black.
They did what?
Yeah. I wouldn't be
now someone's going to take that moment out of context, cut it before I laughed, and then be like, Greg's racist.
But only against people playing black.
Yeah. You know what I think? I don't think they'll do a film. What I think would be cool is a surprise play where they're playing them.
That would be so
like people just show up one night.
That would be a charity, like, yeah.
Oh my god.
That would be a charity dream.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I think that would be the way to do it.
Oh man, wait, hold on.
Carter shouts out Mel.
Mel! Where is he? Is he back?
Is Mel Gibson here?
I am practicing my Naruto run for. Wait, when's the raid? Isn't it like next week? I love that.
The Area 51 raid?
Yeah, I love the idea of just running with your arms behind you like this. Like it's every time they do that in any anime, it tickles me.
Marvel Netflix. Okay, so here's what's going on. Disney owns Hulu. FX shows go on Hulu. So what's being talked about right now is moving the Marvel Netflix shows over to Netflix to FX, and that way they can go up on Hulu. And so Disney still gets to work with it, and because Disney Plus is very adamant about not having R-rated like content on the Disney Plus streaming service, they can get away with having the show still coexist if it's going up on FX or Hulu, which I think would be interesting because you'd ultimately have to change the format of each episode because there's commercial breaks on FX. Mm-hmm. And the Netflix shows, they designed those way too long episodes, like way too many episodes of the season. Yeah. I feel like if they like tightened it down like 10 episodes for FX, because you'd have to do it in a way where you could hook people into coming back next week, whereas opposed to when they were on Netflix, people just binged it. And then here you got to write it to a point where A, you got to deal with commercial breaks, and B, you got to write it in a way where people will be inclined to come back next week to continue watching it. So it would change up the shows. Either way, I'd just be excited that they're resurrected, man. That would be the coolest thing in the world right there. What time is it, John? We got to get going to Ad Astra.
6:10.
All right, guys, we're going to leave in like 2 minutes because we got to go into Ad Astra.
Oh, hey, so you're someone's man crush. Sexy AF.
Who said that?
Lost Lens Productions.
Who said that?
A whole company. And I agree. I think Harry Potter, especially Fantastic Beasts, would make a much better TV series than it has made films.
I'm your man crush. Me's a man crush.
Somebody thinks you look like Markiplier again.
This is... look how much little sleep I've got.
Bye, Carter.
You can see these
Love
giant
you.
bags
Have
in my
fun finding Walt Disney's head. Eric Horseman's back. Cha-ching.
Eric Horseman.
That's all. Yeah, I like it straight to the point, my friend.
You know, if you lived in California, Eric,
dude, I would be like, oh, Gene Jeter's in the room.
So gay,
dude.
So gay for you, Eric. You make me gay. Eric's gay.
That's a dance for Eric.
So that's why I'm saying the gay thing.
Oh, Gene Jeter.
Eric's gay.
Real rejects are so
I can't get
real.
some sleep. I'll fall asleep during Ad Astra, and then I'll just go on Rotten Tomatoes, steal from the capsules, and be like, that's my review.
I'll wake you up during the Space Pirates.
He is
scene to
saying
see all this
literally a whole bunch of things I read on Rotten Tomatoes.
Literally, if you just string all these capsules together, it's his exact opinion. It's really repetitive. It's weird.
That would be fun, actually.
Yeah, we gotta get on Rotten Tomatoes
Gene
someday.
Jeter's here.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Jimmy Freckles again? Thank you so much. Any thoughts on Eddie M or the Car? Oh yeah, the lead singer of the Cars passed away. Rest in peace. I mean, I'm just
My girlfriend's
sad to hear.
communicated to me. I want to go get frozen.
Greg Astra.
Greg,
John
I like
Astra.
that. Oh,
That should be a marketing campaign.
Eddie M or the Cars?
Yeah,
What's
the
the
lead,
Cars?
the frontman of the Cars, the band, the Cars.
I thought he was saying Eddie Murphy or the Cars I haven't heard about.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
wait,
I mean,
someone from a band died?
yeah, from the
Oh,
Cars.
John, you take this. He
I
watches
mean,
bands.
I heard about this. I admit I am not. I know like the Cars like singles and stuff that you would know. I don't have like a great knowledge of their deep cuts, but just the outpouring of love and stuff that I've seen on social media and whatnot. I'm pretty bummed to hear about it. So, it seems like a great talent and a warm guy.
May his soul rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
I'll listen to some Cars now.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, I mean, it's always sad that it takes that, but it's a good time to get back into some music. Oh, never lose your nerd.
Left guy. He's talking to you.
No love, you guys.
All right,
Don't
guys.
leave us.
We'll never lose your nerd. Appreciate that, buddy. We are gonna go though because we have to catch a movie.
We have to go watch Brad Pitt.
We have to sit through 20 minutes of trailers.
Rather than sit through your short films, Lost Lens.
we want to. We have to get there. I need to get some caffeine because the plan is to shoot the review right when we get back.
Yeah.
And then hopefully have time to edit it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Bread.
Anyway. All right,
Thanks
I'm
for the
losing
bread.
all senses. I want to thank everyone who's been here throughout the whole super chat. Thank you guys so much for you guys just rock. It's always fun to chime in with you guys. And also, this whole chat and the super chat guys. Thank you so much for your contributions. You guys are awesome. Much love.
I will dress as
And
Bucky.
keep a lookout for Saturday. You might get a Rambo review or an Ad Astra review. Let's find out. All right, see you guys.
Peace be with you. Lift up your hearts.
Oh, what comes after that?
We lift them up to the Lord.
Lord.
Let us give thanks to the
Lord our God.
It is right to give him thanks and praise.
Judaism.